Our detectives, through work with the Vero Beach Police Department, the victim and the witness, we were able to identify this suspect as Matthew Evans. On August 30th, he was taken into custody during a high-risk traffic stop conducted by our Indian River SWAT. He declined to speak with us. A search warrant for his fingerprints and DNA was executed, and a search warrant of his apartment at Camp Haven was executed, where 2 items that were used in the commission of the robbery were obtained: a pair of Nike tennis shoes and the bicycle used to flee the area. He was already out on bond. This is the critical moment. He was already out on bond for various narcotics and driving offenses during the robbery. So his bond has been revoked, and his current bond for the robbery offense is set at $250,000. He had previously done 5 years in DOC. The next case that we're going to look at is another armed robbery just 2 days later, August 30th at approximately 07:51 hours. We get a Beverage Food Mart 911 call about an armed robbery. A white male is there. Our team responded. They did a great job trying to find him. He left out of there. We interviewed the victim about the incident, said that the white male robbed him at gunpoint for $50, 2 packs of cigarettes and a lighter. We got it on surveillance footage as well. So we're going to show you that video here real quick. This is the Speedy Beverage Mart at 735 27th Avenue Southwest. And the video is here on the right. This is our suspect. He presents a gun. And he's asking for the cash. And of course, the clerk does the right thing. Gives him the cash, gives him what he's asking for. So, while on perimeter, our deputies located a male overdosing in the backyard of 634 28th Avenue Southwest. As we were rendering aid, they identified that this was possibly the guy who was involved in this case. He matched the description. They also observed various items in the shed that were involved in the robbery: a hat, a pack of cigarettes, and a bicycle. The victim in this case positively identified the suspect as Wilburn Bowling II. Search warrant executed for his fingerprints and DNA. We also conducted a search warrant at the address 634 28th Ave Southwest, where all items taken during the robbery were recovered, along with a toy gun, a hat, reading glasses, a t-shirt, tennis shoes, and a bicycle, all used. And he was arrested for robbery with a firearm. He's currently pending his bond. He has previous time, 20 years, over 20 years in DOC for prior robbery charges. So 2 cases, 2 armed robberies, 2 suspects in custody. Great job by our team. The third case we want to talk about, August 24th, August 30th. We had on the overnight of August 24th, 2 smash and grabs at the Outback and Autumn's Crab. The front glass doors were smashed. The person went inside and took the cash register and took off. Then on August 30th, we had another one in the Fellsmere jurisdiction at the BP gas station. Exactly the same thing happened again. So we assume, hey, this has got to be our same guy. We have surveillance footage. Our team grabbed this. This is the surveillance footage of the smash and grab robber coming inside at Outback. Up there at the top. And there it is. Through the door. Going on to the next video. This is our Autumn's Crab. Same thing, taking the cash register. Same night, same suspect. You can see him over there taking those items. We found out that our suspect here, Patrick King, had already been arrested in Brevard County. He had similar charges. We also have another case in the city of Sebastian that is a similar type case that we believe may possibly be related. So he's getting hit with charges for those 3 and possibly more as this goes on. But these are cases where our team is doing an amazing job, from our real-time crime center to the responding deputies to our 911 dispatchers, everybody in this building. We're taking the tax dollars that we get over here and we're making them work. We're putting them to work. We're providing good customer service, and we're taking care of our community and ensuring that this kind of nonsense isn't going to happen. And so just another reminder that our team is out there working hard every day for you guys to ensure that this kind of nonsense, the stuff that happens in Palm Beach, the stuff that happens in South Florida and in the rest of the state, other places, don't happen here in beautiful Indian River County. And so with that, I'll take your questions. Nick?
So for Patrick King, he was the suspect in all 3 smash and grab burgers?
He is, and he actually was arrested in Brevard County for doing a very similar type crime. And so he's in their jail right now. Our warrants are pending for these cases, and so he'll eventually make his way down here to face justice on our charges as well. So he's got a lot ahead of him still. He's had previous charges for burglary and grand theft. So three big cases and 3 big arrests on this in a short amount of time here.
Okay. And can you say how exactly was he able to get into the...
He smashed the front doors on each one of those. You can see in that video, which we'll push out, that he's pushing his way, he's smashing them. You know, he's really, Dylan, do we know what he was using to get in there?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was smashing the front doors though. He smashed his way through.
Okay.
Yeah. The overdose was on fentanyl. The second guy that overdosed, that was a fentanyl overdose. Oh yeah, absolutely. One of the other things that we want to talk about is that overdose case where we responded to the mail. We've had 2 deputies involved in fentanyl exposures in the last 2 weeks as a result of these investigations. So these are folks that are out here that are carrying these dangerous drugs, and our deputies have had to be treated. You know, one of the main reasons we carry Narcan is to ensure that our deputies are going to survive if they encounter this stuff. And twice in the last couple of weeks, we've had to take care of our own folks inside the agency as a result of this. So these are big deals. These are big cases, and our team just does an amazing job out there every day. And we just wanted to pause for a minute to highlight it. You know, it's not something we do here a lot. You know, when we have big cases, if it's something that's newsworthy, we always try and bring it to your attention. And each one of these individually is probably just a regular story, but together, just showing how hard our team is working here for the citizens. We just want to remind everybody, especially with this great budget battle that's going on. You have questions? Yes, sir.
Exactly concerning that. This is 5, possibly 6 or more similar burglaries.
Yeah.
Smash and grabs in what, seemingly a 6-day span?
So you have two robberies, 2 armed robberies, and then you've got 4 smash and grabs plus whatever happened in Brevard. Yes, sir.
Right, and so how do you plan to continue to kind of pursue these criminals when you may not get the exact budget increase that you were expecting from them?
Yeah, that's part of the challenge that we have right now, and that's part of the challenge that the commissioners have before them in the next couple of days. You know, everything that they've done in the workshops is just that. It's a workshop. When they get down to brass tacks on the 10th and the tentative budget hearing and on the 17th, they have to put in writing what it is that they're going to cut out of our budget. And I can test that everything we're doing here keeps this community a great, safe place to work. I've been completely transparent about the budget from the beginning. From when we submitted it on May 1st, we put it out there in PDF form for everybody to see. Here's where your tax dollars are going, right? And so everything that we do here, we believe is important. And so we wouldn't fight for it so hard if we didn't think that we needed this money over here. And so it's not just about raises. It's about ensuring the real-time crime center keeps working. It's ensuring that our dispatchers are there to answer these 911 calls, and ensuring that when you pick up the phone and call 911, that our team is there to take care of them and ensure that this happens. And the thing I'll tell you is there's a whole lot of other jurisdictions that crimes like this happen all the time, and they're not coming out here saying, look at this arrest, because they don't have the team that we have here. And so I get it. We're asking for a lot of money. But we're providing a pretty damn good product here, and we think you should definitely be paying for it. So, and again, we haven't asked to raise taxes. We've said there's other ways. You guys need to look at the projects that you're doing, and there's a whole lot of pet projects that are happening at the county. I think those can be put off because I think law enforcement is one of the most important things the county government can do.
And for clarification on the second suspect, you said that when deputies found him overdosing, they recovered a toy gun, is that right?
Yeah, and he admitted that it was a toy gun. So he did rob the place with a toy gun, and we did recover that toy gun. Mm-hmm. Corey, any questions? I've dumped a lot on you.
So are you guys seeing an uptick in money-motivated crimes, robberies, burglaries, things that might have an economic underpinning?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, we're definitely, these all have a similar, that it is money motivated, that there are drugs related in a lot of these. And that's something that we see regularly. It's unusual for us to have smash and grabs and armed robberies like this in such a short amount of time. And I'll tell you, I called the captains during this and I said, look, guys, we're in a massive budget battle here. We're fighting hard. We're telling people we need this money. We got to show the community what we're made of. And I said, put your guys to work. And of course, they went out and they did the right thing. Within a short amount of time, both of the search warrants were executed. Our SWAT team was involved in that. And we made sure, we want to be able to show people that they're getting their money's worth. There's a whole lot of bad government out there. But our customer service, our team that's up here, we're doing a good job of taking care of the things that happen. And when these bad guys hear about this, when they're sitting in jail, they're talking to other people in jail, and they're having that conversation. Hey, listen, Indian River doesn't play. Indian River doesn't mess around. They're going to come after you. They're going to put you in jail if you screw around in that county. And, I talked to a lot of the folks that have been here their entire lives, and they've seen the difference that we've made just in the last 4 years in our community, how it's safer, how it's a better place to live. We've got more people here than we've ever had. We've got new construction everywhere. We've got people moving here all the time. There's a reason for that. It's because they're seeing that difference and because it's a good, safe place to raise your kids, to raise a family, and to live. And so we want to continue that. And the only way we do that is if we're properly funded. Any other questions there? No? Okay. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
In this press conference and the last one, every suspect has had priors somewhat extensively.
Yep.
Are you seeing that trend kind of going on through at least the month of August, where it's a bunch of repeat offenders, kind of committing these crimes?
This is not anything new. It's something that we deal with all the time. Most of the folks that are out here committing crimes are people that have already had a long rap sheet. And so it's our job to ensure that we put good cases on them, and when they land stuff like this, that they go away for a good long time so that they can't continue to terrorize communities. And so it's good work by our agency members that make sure that when these finally make it to court in 2 or 3 years from now, that they're good, solid cases and that these people go away for a long time. Thank you guys for coming out today. Appreciate your time. Great job.